All right, Brandon Rhymes here in studio helping you win in any marketplace. That is our goal as a consumer advocate and a top real estate team here, powered by the Platinum MVP team. Coming up, Dr. Michael Schwartz. He's the author of Fauci's Fiction, the book on COVID. We're going to talk about some of the latest stats coming out and more with him on that and overall general health in his practice here in South Tampa as well. Before we do, a couple of hot listings here in Tampa Bay. We've got a commercial property at 5146 Marine Parkway. This is a great opportunity for a business owner. We've got a commercial property just off of US 19, which is a major thoroughfare here in Tampa Bay. You've got an exceptional storefront space, large windows that invite natural lighting in. It's an open and versatile floor plan that can be tailored to suit your business. 5146 Marine Parkway, Newport Richey. Plenty of parking. There's condos being built across the street, up and coming area. Great opportunity on Marine Parkway. One of our commercial listings from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. 9731 San Vincent Way as well. Another great opportunity. This is on the residential side. This is a Pasco home, completely renovated, updated, new roof, hurricane impact windows, AC, air ducts, electrical components, hot water heater, appliances as well. 9731 San Vincent Way in Port Richey, Florida. You can see all of our listings at platinumcoastalelite.com.
This is God's country.
Dr. Michael Schwartz, welcome back in.
Brandon, great to see you. You got a lot of great listings out here.
Thanks, man. Yeah, we got about 60 listings, so trying to find those buyers a little more difficult these days, finding buyers.
I bet. The interest rates are through the roof.
Federal Reserve raising the rates, hurting us. The insurance as well in the state of Florida has been a problem, but we'll get through it.
How does a first-time home buyer get into a home these days?
Well, reach out to our team. We'll get that pre-qualification going. We'll research also down payment assistance dollars in a lot of cases. There's some monies out there for people. We got some list and lock programs as well. So some good stuff out there, man.
You got a great team, so keep up the good work.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. What's the latest in your world? I know you've been doing a lot of news and TV appearances about the book, Fauci's Fiction.
Yeah, it's slowed down a little bit now that you have a war in Israel. So it's no one really wants to talk about COVID too much this week, but it's always in the forefront. Somebody's got something going on, lockdown, a mask thing going on. The numbers have been through the roof. I just saw a patient of mine the other day, very sick with COVID. First time he was on a vent. He'll be fine this time, but it's always a concern for people because people still don't know enough about this thing. They haven't researched it, and that's really a shame that the government and the media has never given everybody the full picture of what they were dealing with.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. There's so much misinformation, and speaking about if you speak out in the wrong way, they're censoring people. By the way, did you know that the meme lawsuit? There was a meme lawsuit that just made its way through. The guy that posted a meme, it was something disparaging, I believe, about Hillary Clinton, but should fall under the free speech. He got sentenced to 7 months in prison.
Unbelievable.
Social media, posting on social media. Nope, you're going to prison.
That's crazy.
It really is.
It's nuts. I mean, you got to see the stuff that I deal with on social media. The amount of people that get triggered just by this cover alone.
Oh, I bet.
The folks that I respond to every day that haven't read the book, which is kind of a shame. If they realize they read it, they'd realize it's not what they think it's about.
Right.
The book's not about Dr. Fauci. It's about the real data on COVID. And I find myself educating patients every day about that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, like I said, it's a shame that the government media never really said, hey, guys, let's get on the same page and make sure the citizenry know what's up.
Exactly.
It's like they want to fool people at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, useful idiots. I mean, there's a term for that, right? Well, kudos to you for taking that on and taking that on, and you're turning people around. We were talking about a gentleman that read the book, gave a review, and now, you're turning people out. And the common theme is, oh, wow, that was eye-opening, right?
Yeah, it's just education. It's stuff that you would never think of, how testing works, the language of a virus. It's important stuff to know. I talk to people every day, and they say, do you know what the incubation period of the virus is? They say, no. I mean, this is something you should really know. It's 3 to 5 days, by the way. But
3 to 5 days?
Yeah, how long does the virus last in your system? Up to 10, up to 14 days. So by the time you come into my office on day 4, or when you're sick, you've had it about 4 days. You're on day 4. You isolate for 10, you're at the life cycle of the virus. There's no need to keep testing to find out if you're negative. People still do that.
Right.
Why are we still doing that? You don't go back to the doctor when you have the flu to find out if you still have the flu.
Right.
But yet people are suspending reality when it comes to COVID. We really just all need to get on the same page. The amount of data that we got in the last 3 years really put viruses and bacterial pathogens, respiratory pathogens, in perspective for the long haul. The stuff we learn can help medical students and the citizenry going forward just to understand how to treat these things moving forward. We never have to go through the same exercise that this country and the world went through in the last 3 years was suicide rates going up,
Right.
kids out of school, masked. It was unnecessary if you look at the real data. That's what we outline in the book, and I encourage everybody to pick it up. It is so hard to sell books in this world. Everybody wants, Google, and it's great that we do interviews and get some message. But everybody thinks you make so much money off books. Oh, you're profiting off the pen. No, I really wanted to get this message out. This is what we talked about with each patient individually for 3 years. So here it is in the book. Pick it up. You have no excuse now. The information is out there.
Yeah, I love it. Where do they pick it up at?
This one I got at Oxford Exchange because I didn't have a book to bring in the studio.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a book signing there on October 29th at 3:30 p.m. That's in Tampa. But you can get it anywhere online. Amazon, of course, is the biggest distributor. Barnes & Noble, Google Reads, Goodreads. It's anywhere. If you just Google Fauci's Fiction. You'll find it.
Fauci's Fiction, Dr. Michael Schwartz here in studio with us. And outside of that, a lot of the things that I've been seeing as a former, bypass surgery, I had a double bypass, and I'm focusing on my health more, trying to eat more salads. Brio Tuscan Grill has a great salad, by the way.
Little plug.
Yeah, exactly. But athletes, a lot of these athletes, you're seeing some of these athletes keel over. Oh, by the way, they did have the vax. Can you give us some updates on some of these injuries, the injuries that are happening from that?
We talk about this a lot. Is it a 24-hour news cycle and we're just paying attention more now, or is it actually something going on from the vaccine? Mm-hmm. I can tell you that in practice, we do see issues from all of the COVID vaccines, and we see them in droves. It's mostly clotting, then you see heart issues, joint issues. It's the rare cancers, especially in young people, that are flooring me lately. A lot of lymphoma. We had one the other day, or a common bile duct cancer, thymus gland cancer. There's so many different cancers that we've never seen. And when you talk to other practitioners around the country, they're seeing the same thing. It's kind of how I hate to say it's a rumor mill because it's really not. It's just correlating data.
Right.
And you start talking to people saying, hey, are you seeing this? Yeah, we're starting to see that. And all of a sudden, it's everybody in the country at multiple locations, different clinics and hospitals, and you're all starting to put the data together to formulate these trends. And what were we doing differently? We were doing these shots over the last couple of years.
Right.
As you know, I'm working on a second book now. Where I'm doing a lot of research with microbiologists, other doctors, PAs, people who have practiced around the country that were seeing these rare things, reporting them to VAERS. One of the stories I got from Dr. Deb, not Dr. PA, Deb Conrad, she's fantastic. She's in New York, lost her job for not taking the vaccine. And why she got in the mix was she was starting to report these cases to VAERS. Yeah. But she'll tell you that no doctor knows how to do this. It's a lengthy process. So I always tell people what you see in VAERS from those vaccine adverse events is a microcosm of what's out there. So we are writing a book now to expose that and talk about the truth of these things.
Yeah, because I think some of the data is thrown out. Some of it's not even reported. Some people are scared to.
Most of it's not even reported.
Exactly, most of it, yeah.
And no doctor's trained in how to use VAERS. Most people don't understand the law about reporting. They don't. It's a very lengthy process too. So for you to take time out of your day and spend an hour to report one patient, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Now you're helping some friends in our network, in our sphere, with your location here locally. You're helping people with weight loss. Talk to me about that because it seems to be a pretty popular trend.
Yeah, well, semaglutide, which you've heard of Wegovy, of course, Ozempic, that's semaglutide. Then you have Mounjaro, which is tirzepatide. These are GLP-1 agonists. They're actually glucagon-like peptides. I love to say that. They are peptides. The FDA just came out and banned a bunch of peptides, and I heard it wasn't for safety reasons. It was big pharma. I guess they don't like doctors going down the wellness route.
Wow.
So here we are again going down this road. There's some peptides they left out there, but these peptides in particular, they do three things. They stop your motility, so they make you feel fuller quicker. They increase your insulin production, and they also decrease the ability of your liver to make sugar enzymes. So it's kind of a trifecta for weight loss. I'm down 18 pounds. I just got off the phone with a patient. She's down, I think, 31 pounds. She's asking where to go now because we have options for once you get off the semaglutide. But the long-term benefits, everybody always asks about side effects. The long-term benefits outweigh any short-term nausea, vomiting, diarrhea that you might experience in the first week or two. And once you get used to that medication, that peptide, I should say, it's very beneficial. It just helps people lose weight. It's great.
Yeah, because what is a peptide?
A peptide essentially is an amino acid chain, so that's all natural. When you look at ipamorelin, sermorelin, these are things we use to help stimulate the pituitary gland to make natural growth hormone, but peptides are amino acid chains. So these are natural ways, in a sense, to help you achieve things, whether it's weight loss or muscle gain. We use other peptides for weight loss as well. They're going to give you a very small amount of weight loss, but the semaglutide and the tirzepatide, I mean, these things are just game changers for people. decrease in fatty liver, triglycerides we talked about off the air a little bit.
Yep.
Get your blood work perfect, your A1C perfect.
Right.
The benefits that I see with this over anything else we've done with weight loss they just blow everything else away.
Yeah, we're talking with Dr. Michael Schwartz here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. He's author of Fauci's Fiction, but he's also local. Tell us your location and how people can get what you were just describing there.
Sure. We're at 800 West Platte in Hyde Park, which is a great location. You want to come down. And the easiest way to find us, go to our website at mywellnessexpress.com.
mywellnessexpress.com, and they're doing a great job down there. Primary care physicians on staff. You've got different and helping myself and my wife with some of our things going on there. But I love the idea of people. What you did with me also was this genetic test. It was super cool because you identified the pathways in which my statins were absorbing properly. Did I say that about right?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up because I can't.
Okay, there you go.
So, yeah, HIPAA, right? But it's a pharmacogenetics. It's been out 25 years, and I encourage anybody to do this, especially if you're on multiple meds. A lot of times, if you're a senior on 7 medications, you're on medication 7 to offset the side effects of medication 2. What it does, we do a cheek swab. It's looking at how your liver metabolizes those medications. If you're metabolizing it too poorly, you can get zero therapeutic effect of the drug, but all the side effects. If you're metabolizing too rapidly, you might need a little bit more of the medication or double in
dose
during the day. Or you could be hyper-inducing it, which could cause a lot of damage. So knowing where you stand, I mean, that one report basically tells me what medications you can and can't take for the rest of your life. It's a once-in-a-lifetime report. It gives me a thrombo profile. APOE tells me how you clear cholesterol. A lot of patients will come in and they can't get their cholesterol quite right. It might be genetic.
Right.
We find that a lot. But for you, yes, it was a statin. One was good, one was bad.
Yeah.
One was in the green, one was in the red. You kind of have one option.
That's right.
But it's nice to know that you were on the correct one, and everybody.
I think it was atorvastatin was actually working well,
but
and I have to look at the other one.
Simvastatin.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah, so, but yeah, it's awesome, man. So there's these tests that are out there. I didn't even know that existed, and you had mentioned too. My cardiologist should have. Hey, I'm surprised more cardiologists don't utilize this type of a test.
I used to kind of blame society. Now I blame doctors. I mean, these things have been out 25 years, and I watch this too. I watch when new practitioners get trained, and it's like they get trained from somebody who was trained 30 years ago.
Exactly.
And it's kind of like, this is how we do it, and nobody really pays attention. You get about maybe a half a day on genetics, on pharmacogenetics in med school, but if you talk to a PharmD, a pharmacist, a doctor of pharmacy, they'll talk your ear off about it. But it's been out 25 years. We've been using it for at least 10.
Wow.
And there's really no excuse not to at least know this stuff exists, because it's going to benefit your patients in the long run. The God complex is not an excuse anymore, folks. Just because you've been practicing 30 years does not mean you can look at the person and tell you what to write.
Yeah, exactly. So, Dr. Michael Schwartz, if you'd like to reach out to the show hotline. We'll put you in touch, 727-263-3707. You can call or text that line. It's an off-air number, 727-263-3707, and we'll put you in touch with Dr. Michael Schwartz. Highly recommend you stop by his office down there at 800 West Platte?
West Platte, you got it.
West Platte, and the website again?
mywellnessexpress.com.
mywellnessexpress.com. Check them out online. Final thoughts, back to you, man.
Hey, just your show is great. You really get in depth on a lot of things. I got to start. I've been telling everybody about this show. More people need to tune in and listen to what's going on. You got your finger on the pulse, and I appreciate you keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Likewise, man. And all right, hey, good stuff there. Check them out. Go 800 West Platte and mywellnessexpress.com, and I promise you'll be glad you did. You'll be glad you did. Especially, I think today a lot of people are looking for different solutions with weight loss, and there's a lot of different things you're doing at your clinic there. So primary care and things like that. So awesome. Let's take a quick break there. We're going to come back and talk with Gunnar Bernecki. Another one of our topics right now is home security and automation. This is an area that needs to be looked at and examined, and especially for your home, your business. We're going to talk with one of the best, Gunnar Bernecki, Guardian Protection, coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Hey, make sure you follow us online. We'd love to connect with you at Brandon Rhymes 1, at CQB Show on Instagram and other social sites, as well as our YouTube channel, Brandon Rhymes Realty. And we'll be right back here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you've been listening to the phenomenal Brandon Rhymes, the Consumer Quarterback Show.